Welcome back, everyone. Southern Beer Review, John and William, and it's been a while. We apologize for that, but we have teaching jobs we actually have to go to every now and then. And the last time we brought you anything, we were at the district back in August, and we started I guess what we're calling like a fall Oktoberfest series.
Yep.
And so the first one we did was the district Oktoberfest, which is one of our probably highest
At
rated beers
least
we've ever
tied
done.
for highest rated, I believe.
Yeah. And so we're going to continue doing some Oktoberfest style beers this fall. And the one we're going to do at the moment is the Goat Island Oktoberfest Lager. Life's too short to drink bad beer. Goat Island is in Coleman. And John and I have frequented that place a couple of times on our lake trips. And we've actually reviewed beer from there. And I'm very pleased with Goat Island. And again, in Coleman, that's interesting because Coleman has a long history of being dry, right? As far as that
Yeah,
goes.
yeah, it does. And
But I'll let John kind of tell you about the Goat Island Oktoberfest.
I don't have a ton to say about it, just other than I know I've had it before, but you never know, or I don't know with Goat Island whether they change their Oktoberfest recipe year to year. I think some breweries do. But I had it a couple years ago and enjoyed it. I will say right off the bat that it looks a little lighter than some Oktoberfest I've had that are
Right.
a little bit more maybe caramel orangey colored.
Right.
But that's interesting. There's no alcohol content listed on the can. Most Oktoberfest you usually come around about 5.5 to 6%. That's what I would expect for this as well.
Yep.
And the last thing I'll say before we taste is when we last had an Oktoberfest, it was August and it was so hot.
Yeah.
Today is starting to feel like fall,
Yeah. It's
and I'm going to enjoy this.
in fact I think the autumn or autumn equinoxes or solstices equinox
Equinox.
is in a couple of days. Where this is September 20th, so we're in my side yard again, and it's not like it was in July. So
No.
we apologize for the lack of content, but now that John and I's school year has started, we're going to try to do a better job of bringing you some at least every other week or so. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's give it a shot. This is a beer I have not had yet.
Yep. First impressions is I'm getting a definite. It's sweet.
Yes,
It's very sweet. It's almost got a little bit of a lemony sweetness to me.
it sure does. I noticed a hint of fruit right off the bat, and like John said, I don't get the overwhelming malty flavor that you get with a lot of Oktoberfest, which I actually like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's clean, it's smooth, it's drinkable. Um, it's a perfect beer to be
There's
had
little,
in quantity, I guess, in Oktoberfest style parties and stuff.
it's yeah. It's not, you don't think of a Oktoberfest as being particularly hoppy, but this is really minimal hops.
Right.
Not getting hardly any hops. Um, I'm getting mostly the sweetness. There's a little bit of bite on the back end that makes it good, but yeah, it's a fall day kind of beer.
And again, I don't. When you go to a brewery for the first time, you probably have these perceptions of what it's going to be like. And the first time we went to Goat Island, I was a little skeptical because it was in a dry county, and Coleman, Alabama is not a real big place. But I haven't really had a beer there that I didn't like. I mean,
Well, their Richter's Pills to me is, for my money, I mean, it's got to be one of the top lagers
Right.
made in Alabama.
right,
I don't know if I'd still say it's the top or not, but it's got to be up there. It depends on whether you consider High Wire as being an Alabama
right.
brewery now or not. I really still don't. But the other thing I'm getting, I mentioned lemon, but I don't know. This may be a little off base, but do you remember the lemon drop candies?
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
No,
It's like a lemon drop candy.
there's the fruit and the lemony taste is not overpowering, but it's just subtle enough for you to notice it. Which I don't know that I've had a Oktoberfest where I get overwhelming fruit tastes. Mostly
Yeah.
mostly it's the hops and it's the malt
Yeah.
in a toasted quality.
Yeah, the toasted, and you get usually there's like some sweetness, but I would say on the whole, this seems like a sweeter, more lemony kind of Oktoberfest
Right.
to my palate right now. It's not a bad thing. It gives it a little bit of uniqueness to me
Yeah.
compared to some others I've had.
Well, we'll go ahead and rate it, but once again, this is Goat Island Brewing, their Oktoberfest lager out of Coleman, Alabama. And John, you want to go first? Or?
Yeah, sure. I like it. I don't think I'm quite ready to love it like I love the districts of Oktoberfest. I'm gonna give it a 7.5, which is a really solid Oktoberfest for me.
Right. I'm right there with you. I was thinking 7, which is solid for me too. Again, I enjoy tasting similar style beers, but that have different tastes, and I think that's why I like this one because I'm not used to an Oktoberfest tasting like this. So a 7.25 is a pretty strong score.
It is, and I, full disclosure, I love the Oktoberfest style.
Same, same.
And one thing I feel like, and you don't want the Oktoberfest to be too hoppy, but I feel like it's missing a little bit of hop
Yeah,
presence
I do.
to
Yeah,
me that would really offset some of that sweetness a little bit. But
yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah. Good. So listen, this was our second Oktoberfest. We did the districts, and
that
we've
was a
done Goat
nine
Island.
five, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm not saying we're going to do those exclusively from now until the end of October, but we're going to try to bring you as many as we can from the Birmingham area, just to give you an idea of maybe if you're looking for an Oktoberfest in the store, what to get.
Well,
Kind of
it
thing.
is the season, and it is one of our favorite styles, so why
Yeah.
not when we can get it? So
Like and subscribe, guys. We appreciate y'all.
yeah,
We'll see you next time.
appreciate everybody that's already subscribed. Thank you guys.